You're standing in a dimly lit room. It's quiet, too quiet. You glance around, heart pounding, and then it hits you. He's here. You don't see him. You don't hear him. But the silence, it's suffocating. In the world of John Wick, silence isn't just a lack of sound, it's a weapon. And today, we're breaking down how John's mastery of silence gives him control, dominance, and a terrifying edge over his enemies. By the end of this video, you'll see silence in a whole new light, and maybe even use it in your own life. It's like that awkward silence at Thanksgiving dinner. Except instead of bad jokes, you're facing a guy who just took out 12 people with a pencil. Yeah, that's unsettling. Silence, in John's world, is the ultimate poker face. Point 2. Silence as a display of control. John's silence isn't just about fear, it's about control. Think about it. When someone loses their cool, they yell, rant, or even beg. John does none of that. He doesn't waste words on threats or bravado. Why? Because he doesn't need to. Every silent moment is a reminder that he's in charge. His calmness in the face of chaos signals one thing: he's already won the psychological battle. And if you've ever watched someone lose their temper while you stayed calm, you know exactly how powerful this is. Silence isn't just golden, it's commanding. Speaking of control, let's talk about how silence isn't just about what John doesn't do. It's about what it allows him to see. Point 3. Silence as a tactical tool. Silence isn't just a weapon, it's a shield. John uses it to read the room, assess his enemies, and anticipate their next move. By staying quiet, forces his opponents to reveal their intentions. It's like a chess master waiting for you to make your first move, knowing he's already 10 steps ahead. And this applies outside of action movies. Ever been in a negotiation? The first person to break the silence often loses. Silence forces others to act, giving you the upper hand. John's silence isn't passive, it's strategic, a tool for gathering information and setting traps. And when the silence breaks, it's game over. But let's not jump ahead just yet. How many of you would survive 30 seconds in a room with John Wick? Be honest. Comment below. I'll wait. Actually, let's move on. Time's ticking. Point 4. Silence amplifies impact. Here's where it gets cinematic. Silence makes the action hit harder. Think about those scenes where John pauses, takes a breath, and then boom. The quiet moments aren't filler, they're tension builders. Silence gives us, the audience, time to anticipate the storm. Horror movies use silence before the jump scare. In John's world, the silence before the gunshot or punch makes every blow feel monumental. It's not just action, it's an emotional roller coaster. And this brings us to the ultimate lesson we can take from John's use of silence. Silence isn't just a lack of sound, it's a declaration. For John Wick, silence is how he stays in control, commands respect, and intimidates without lifting a finger. It's a reminder that power doesn't always need to be loud. So the next time you feel the urge to fill the void with noise, remember John Wick. Sometimes the strongest move is to say nothing at all. Silence can disarm, it can empower, and in the right hands, it can be deadly. And how do you plan to use the power of silence? Because if John Wick can control a room with a single look, imagine what you could do with a few quiet moments. And remember, the loudest person in the room often has the least to say. See you in the next video.